Hi everyone, it's Donna here from Donna's Creative Corner. Happy New Year to everybody. I hope everybody had a safe and happy holiday season. It's over and I have to go back to work today. Not looking forward to that. I just wanted to share with you a quick video on what I was playing with all yesterday morning on New Year's Day. I was watching a YouTube video and I saw somebody pull out some Prima flowers in flower packs, and I was thinking, boy, those are pretty and those look very simple to make. So I figured I would go into my stash and pull out some I have a lot of fairly flat flowers that I never use. They're just nothing to them. So I figured, let me start playing with what I've got. I've got lots of silk flowers. Most of these were made with a combination of this bucket of flowers from Recollections. They're all fairly flat. Some of them have a little bit of dimension to them, but they're fairly flat. Some flower packs from, these are the scrapbooking flowers from I Am Roses. This one is, where's the sticker? Looks like P200-1. And this one I can't read. P904/2, I think. Anyway, and the third element to sorry about the glare there, is the Tim Holtz Tattered Florals die. Almost all of the sizes I used. I also went and took out a lot of my sheer type fabrics and my laces, and I cut, that's what I cut with the Tattered Florals. These really sheer colors, and some laces, some of this mesh that I got at the thrift store a long time ago. Comes like this. It was in a big roll of it. It's flexible, kind of plastic. I painted that. I tried to paint it black. Didn't come out too bad. Some pink. So all these elements, and I just started layering stuff together to see what it looked like. Oh, here's some handmade paper that I had made a while back, and I've never really used it. I just started layering things together. So here's the first one, Recollections lace. This is my handmade paper. Another one of the Recollections. Another little piece of lace, and I topped it with an I Am Roses flower. So now my flat flowers have some dimension, and I will use them. They will look pretty as a focal point on a box or on a card. But isn't that pretty? All earth tones there. This one is similar. One of the bigger ones from the Recollection bucket there. Some lace that I sprayed with glitter or glimmer mist. This is a piece of felt that was cut from the Tim Holtz die. Another paper flower and topped with an I Am Roses again, with some stickles on the top. So it has some nice dimension now. I like that. This one I think is my favorite. I don't know why. I had this one piece of black lace sitting on my craft table, just sitting there begging to be used in something. So I cut it with the Tim Holtz and just layered it black, white, and this very pretty jewelry piece that I had in my stash. I like the way that came out. I really like that. Isn't that topper beautiful? And I went looking for some more of this lace. I have no more. So black lace has gone onto my shopping list next time I go to the store. Here's one in a pink version. This one was actually one of the silk flowers that I had taken apart at some point. It was a big flower arrangement. I took it apart with some lace on top of that, some felt, another piece from that same silk flower arrangement, another piece of felt, and a little shiny bauble on top. So that's a pink one. I had so much fun doing this. I was just grabbing everything from my stash and just experimenting what looked good together. This was a big silk flower that was, I think it's the only one I have. I don't know where it came from. This is that sheer material. Another from the Recollections bucket. Another one for the Recollections bucket. And this is one of my glitter glue dots that I make. I've got a whole collection of these. I make them with hot glue and glitter. And if anybody wants to see a tutorial on that, there's quite a few out there. I have a system of making them that works really well for me. I just sit and make gobs and gobs of them at one time. And I keep them all in this container, so whenever I need a flower center or some kind of bling for something, I've got it in all different colors. So that's that one. That one's really pretty. The white flower I just inked with some distress ink. There's a kind of a smaller one. There's another one of my glitter centers. This one was made all with the paper flowers. Let's see. This one I made with, I had one of those leis that I took apart. You can see the flowers on the back there. I took it apart. That's the pink part. And then a bloom from the Recollections bucket. And another silk flower piece that I had laying around. And then I took some stamens that I have, folded them in half, punched a hole through the middle, stuck the stamens through, and glued them onto the back. And then I just glued some random beads around the edge of it with some glossy accents. So that one came out pretty nice. I like the way this center flower just kind of sticks up. Quite dimensional. This one is made all from the bucket of blooms over there. And I experimented with the center on this one. This is just some bugle and seed beads. And to hold them in, I used these dimensional dots. I don't have the packaging on this one. I'm not sure the manufacturer, but you see how dimensional that is, and it's really sticky. It was hard getting it to stick down. Oh, see, my beads are falling off already, so I think I'm not going to do that again. I'll probably do a big glob of glossy accents and stick the beads into it and just let it dry forever. But it still looks pretty. There's a pretty cream and red one. Quite dimensional. Again, the blooms, some pretty lace cut with the tattered florals. Felt, another the lace, and then a pretty center from Michaels. That came out pretty nice. And then a blue one, paper flower in the back. This is that mesh that I sprayed with glimmer mist. You can still see a little bit of the gold peeking out through it a little bit. It's a little bit gold, a little bit blue. Then a felt flower, and then another paper bloom with another smaller piece of the mesh on top of it, felt, and then a little tiny jewel center. Pretty. So that's what that one looks like there. And they're all not too terribly dimensional, but there's just enough to give it interest, and I love how they turned out. I'm probably going to have another session of sitting down and putting these together. This one had, I had made a background flower out of folded tattered florals, lace, cut from lace, and it was just laying around in my stash, and I figured, let me put something in the middle of it. So I put the felt flower and then some more of that gold bling, and then another earring piece that I had in my stash. So that came out kind of pretty. That one's a little bit thicker than the rest because of the lace layers on the back. And then this is made from that big paper flower again. This really pretty organza with glitter on it. Very thin. And then paper, then another glittery flower I had in my stash from some floral arrangement taken apart. Then the little paper flower and the little tiny little bling in the middle. This one's very shiny. Very shiny. I like the way it turned out. And it's quite dimensional. And then the last one is very similar to the last one. Flower, that blingy sheer organza or whatever that is, felt, the sheer felt, and then my hot glue glitter center. So that's what I was playing with for a good chunk of the day yesterday, just sitting around playing, and I love how everything turned out. So if you have stuff in your stash that you don't use, pull it out and just play and see what you can come up with. You know, most of this stuff I probably would never use by itself, but once you put it all together, you've got some beautiful stuff. I really love this one. So that's all I have for today. I hope everybody has a nice week, and hopefully I'll be coming back at you soon. If you want to see anything in detail, or how I made these, how I made my glitter dots, whatever, just let me know what you would like to see, and I'll try to do it for you. All right, thanks everybody. Have a good day. Bye-bye.